All right, this is the Nvivo 12 program for PC. You'll see it looks a little different. You have blank project, sample project, and there's this other sample project basically. So you're just going to create a blank project to start with. Again, title it whatever you want. I'm just going to put pilot interview and hit OK. And it will give you a new project. Okay, similar idea in the new project. We've got the ribbon up top. You've got your files and your codes. And then we've got whatever you click on here, it will tell you what's in that folder here. And then whatever you click on there will be placed here. So they have this whole how to get started thing, which is kind of nice, but you can just click out of it and then your files will take up the whole space until you put something in. So let's put something in. Import, obviously, is what you're going to want to do. And you're going to import a file. I called mine high school transcript, so I'm just going to do it's in downloads. So I'm going to go to my downloads. Here's my high school transcript, and I will import that. Okay, document properties, we're just going to hit OK. I'm fine with the name. If you want to rename yours, that's what you would do. Now that I actually have a file, when I double click, it will pop up here. So what we have here is a little, you can just go down, you can see the format is very much like a standard script that you would find for a play or anything else. And when you want to start coding, there's a couple things you can do. First of all, make sure that your nodes are showing instead of your files, because if you try to do anything when files is what's on this section, it's not going to work. You want to make sure that it's set for nodes. So you see a drag selection here to code to a new node, or you can create a node from scratch just by right-clicking and telling it you want a new node in place. So if you've seen the other video, I was talking about the fact that for this particular research project, we were looking at the effects of, or the experiences of students when they've had a teacher from another country visit their classroom for a month. Our theoretical framework had to do with openness and awareness, so I'm just going to put openness to new cultures as one of my pre-selected nodes that are codes that I'm going to expect, and awareness of new cultures, and click OK. So here we have two codes that are already just pre-filled in. And if I want to do anything with this, so we talked about the fact that this first segment here was talking about education in Peru. So unlike with the other one, here you can just take and drag it to this bottom white section and it will know that you need a new node. So I'm going to call this education. And I also wanted to code it to difference. So it was a discussion of differences. And then we're going to go here. So this person actually has a couple of things going on in this particular segment. First of all, it is a discussion of difference. So if I select, I just drag and select this whole section where she's talking about differences, I'm going to drag it up to differences. And you can see here that now I have two references instead of just one, still from just one file because that's all I have in the whole project right now. But yeah, I have these references now are starting to stack up, and you can get a tally here across your whole transcript to know kind of what topics are being addressed more frequently. But I'm also seeing this. She talked about, it's this sentence right here I think is significant. It seemed like the community was more open compared to here. So that's a specific difference that has to do with community cohesiveness. So I think I put, yeah, community cohesiveness on the other one. You could come up with your own terminology for that. So I'm going to show you now, instead of dragging it here, which is one way to get a new node, you could actually just put code. Now, what I did to bring this box up was I right-clicked, and if you right-click, yeah, this is pretty much anything comes up. You see there's an uncode also, so if you code something and you want to take it back, you reselect it and you hit uncode, and it will basically just, it will remove all codes from that section. And if you want to uncode it just from what you did, because like this is coded to both difference and education. If I wanted to keep it coded to difference, but I wanted to take off education, actually it's not coded to education. So it's just showing your recent nodes no matter what was coded there. So if I wanted to unselect something, you could do that. So anyway, but I want to code to a new node. And it basically is saying, where do you want this to be? And I just want a new node, and you can see my nodes folder is selected. I just want a new one that is called Community Cohesiveness. All right, I'm going to select OK. So that is another way to create a new code. So so the people were more comfortable with each other. So this is another thing about community cohesiveness. I'm going to go ahead and drag that up here. And this is some more about that celebration. So I'm going to talk about, oh, I didn't put celebration before. So I'm going to go to the new node and hit celebration. I'm just put celebrations customs. Just gonna put that down there, and this I'm gonna also put to the celebrations and customs because I didn't do that before. So anyway, you can kind of see how this is going. You would continue that process throughout the whole thing. When you are working with a document, you can see under document. There's this thing called coding stripes, and I really like having coding stripes on. You want to have all the coding you're doing striped, and what this does is it pulls up these little bars. You can actually click on the bars and it will tell you, so this blue stands for celebrations and customs, and you can see everything that I coded there gets highlighted when I click that. Everything for community cohesiveness gets coded when I click on that one. When I click on difference, everything gets coded that way. So there's and here's education. So you can kind of start seeing visually. The other thing you can do that's kind of cool is once you've coded, you can actually double click on one of these, and everything that you coded to that, so all these two references will pop up so that you can kind of see, what did people actually say about celebrations and customs? What did people actually say about differences? If we start going through those, what kinds of differences do they notice? So you can actually start looking a little deeper at what these different topics meant. In the PC version, the Mac is a little different, but the PC version, you have these tabs up here, so you can kind of go back and forth with the last several things that you have looked at. So I can go back to my high school transcript and continue coding. I can look at specific things, and these will actually start populating more as you add codes. So, so that is another nice little feature. So this is just a very, like I said, a very introductory initial foray into Nvivo for PC. There's a lot more to it, and we'll get into it in the fall. I will have both versions kind of simultaneously on the screen, or maybe we'll go back and forth, so that no matter if you have a Mac or a PC, you'll be able to see how the program works on different levels. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know. And other than that, we will, I'll look forward to seeing what you find. Thanks.